Imagine a beloved family member or a close friend unexpectedly dying. It happens each and every day in each and every way. Being prepared and having the capacity to respond to such a devastating circumstance can help you, your family, and your friends. In today's video, family, I'm going to share with y'all 10 basic, easy, simple steps I need each one of y'all to act upon so that in the event, just in the event, you're ever faced with those types of circumstances, I'm not saying you'll be able to get around it. You're not going to be able to go under it. You're not going to be able to go over it, but you will be able to get through it. Let's get into this. Step number one, establish a will or trust. Just take one piece of paper. You could write it with an ink pen. You could type it up. You could ask ChatGPT to type it up. You could get it professionally made. You could hire an attorney. You could email me. It's not that complicated, family. But I believe that you could do it on your own. Just make a heading, living will or trust, and get the document notarized. But if not, at least sign it and date it with at least one other witness. But that one piece of paper is very helpful in an emergency situation because it at least gives you some type of leverage and clarity on the will or trust of the deceased. Let's look at step number 2. Have a simple piece of paper titled, If I Should Die, if being a qualifier. If something was to happen to you, accident, whatever. What is your desire? What is your living wishes if something was to happen to you? What would you want your spouse to do? What would you want for your children or your brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers and friends? What would you want to happen with your personal property, your personal assets, if you have any? What type of funeral would you want? This is some of the things you can put in a document titled, If I Should Die. And make sure that you have a copy and make sure your loved one has a copy. That's if you should ever die. Step number 3, get you a simple box. You could go on Amazon. You can get it from Walmart, your local hardware store, Home Depot, wherever. But they have these affordable boxes. You could get them from $10 to $100. They're fireproof, waterproof, and they secure. Many come with locks or what have you. And you just want to have that box with all your important papers in there. Now, that fire box is for your vital records, your birth certificates, marriage certificates, insurance paper, property to your deeds, your car, your passwords to your credit card accounts, a Xerox copy of your credit cards, etc., your ID, your driver's license, all that should be in there in step number 3. Get you that box. Step number 4, power of attorney. You can have a general power of attorney, a special power of attorney, whatever. The nomenclature or the language of it is not that important. Just make sure you get it notarized and simply just lay out in that power of attorney your will, your aim, your desires on one piece. Less is more, family. Now, you don't need to pay a trust lawyer. You don't need to pay me to do it for you. Just something real simple. Now, just type it up, preferably on a laptop or something. Print it out, and just simply you sign it and your loved ones sign it. Make sure they have legal age, and you just keep a copy of that inside that firebox that we was talking about so that it's protected and you'll have access to it in case of an emergency. Okay, now let's look at step number 5. Life insurance, your policy, your house mortgages, college tuitions, any outstanding debts or what have you. Now, I mean, just any important papers, you want to make sure that you keep all that stuff together in one place. Now, I mean, your banking information could be in there, access to cash, your financial protection, any life insurance policies. I don't know how many times people have emergency situations and they don't even realize that they had car insurance, they had life insurance, they had home insurance, other types of, and they never collect on it because nobody know where the paperwork at. Sad to say. Know what I mean? So make sure you keep those papers together. Now, when it comes to a person, a loved one physically dying, there's no right or wrong. I don't come in as a minister. Oh, this is how you should hold a funeral. Well, the Bible says this. The Quran says this. This is what you should. No, it's up to you. What you want to do. What is in your best interest? Less is more, family. Some people like a formal burial. Some people like, nah, just give me a cremation. Some people, financially, it's better and easier to do a simple cremation and maybe have a memorial after the cremation. You don't have to have no big fancy dinners. You just go get some cooked food already, and y'all could get together with family, friends, and just go ahead and relax and reminisce. Don't celebrate the death. Celebrate the person's life. Enjoy the beauty that they had with us on the face of the planet Earth, family. Another important document that you should have in all this stuff is your emergency fund with your contact listings, meaning that who do you want to contact for your personal belongings? It could be something like maybe the father want his son to have his clothes. Maybe the mother want the daughter to have her jewelry. It don't have to be nothing fancy or expensive. It could be something as simple as a $10 watch. I remember when my father died, my sister gave me his beloved Phillies baseball jacket. I mean, I got his actual wallet, his ID. I mean, it's sentimental. It's not financially something that I want, but just that bond. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you have that contact list form for emergencies. Another important is the medical document. Just one piece of paper. Maybe, the person has allergies. Maybe the person said, listen, if I'm ever hooked up to a machine, I don't want to live on no machine. If they could save me and I'm going to be suffering for a few months and just get an extra, it's like, yo, just let me go. You know what I mean? Some people like, listen, do whatever you can. Keep me here as long as you can. Whatever their wish is, you could take and put that there. You want to know, who is that doctor anyway? Was they on any medications or anything of that nature there? Now, I mean, do they have any allergies and things of that nature there? At the hospital, you don't want strangers popping up talking about they in charge. It's like, no, let them have accurate information where they could show it to your doctor, be like, look, this is what the sick person told me and presented to me years ago. And the doctor going to ride with that. So that's important. Another important thing is guardianship. Just one simple piece of paper, family. Your who like if there's underage children, like do you have a family member that you want them to go with? Maybe the spouse don't have a husband or wife, and they may say, okay, I want the children to go to their grandmother, or that I want the children to go to their aunt or their uncle or their grandfather or their baby's father or their baby's father's parents. Who knows? I mean, it's totally up to the individuals involved in the circumstances. But having it written down preferably try to get everything notarized. It really, really, really helps. It helps avoid a lot of red tape and headaches in the event there was an unplanned death in the family. Another important thing is prepare for emotional support. Some people don't realize, you go through all that. There's anxiety there. There's depression there. You're going to need some counseling. Get with your minister, your rabbi, your pastor, whatever, your friend, your homegirl, your homeboy, your uncle, your cousin, your best friend, whatever. Know what I mean? But talk with somebody. Know what I mean? Lean on that community, lean on family and friends and neighbors. You know what I mean? They don't have to be blood relatives, but you should have those things in place. These plans will help you to help yourself and your family and friends through the storm, family. And with that, I pray within and I work without that you get these few 10 documents together ASAP. I don't care how sloppy they look, get them together. If you can't get them together, email me at ministeralif@gmail.com.